Good day, people of YouTube. What's going on? It is AK, owner of eXtremeAzure Productions, and today I'm bringing you yet another X-React video presentation. In this one, I'm going to be giving my reaction to Nintendo's March 3rd, 2016 Nintendo Direct. And I have to say, that was pretty amazing. I was pretty pleased with the overall show. I really liked it. Now, one interesting thing I just have to point out before I begin talking about is the fact that how quickly this Direct was announced. Usually Nintendo gives a notice 2, 3, 4 days prior that there's going to be a Direct later on in the week. They made a really interesting move with this one where they announced it just short of 24 hours before it aired. So yeah, they've never really done that before, so I found it amazing that they actually had such a quick announcement. And then it wasn't even a mini Direct, this was a full Direct. It lasted just over 40 minutes, so it was almost an hour, and there was a lot of information that they covered, so I thought that was pretty amazing. Now, I just want to speculate really quickly here. I'm guessing that with the way this Direct was announced and the fact that there was so much information that was covered, like I said, I'm just speculating here, but I really think that this was done to try and give some light to some of the rumors that have come out, because Nintendo has spent, like I said before in my earlier video, talking about did Nintendo announce the NX so early. You know, Nintendo, they say things and they just go silent for long periods of time like they've done. And that gives room for rumors and speculation to start sprouting. So I'm guessing that looking at the way that this Direct was announced, the fact that they covered so much information, this may have been their way of trying to communicate to the fans, trying to put an end to some of these rumors and to get people talking again, you know, talking about facts and not rumors. But however it went, I'm just really glad that they did it. Like I said, they've been silent for a very long time. We haven't had a full Direct since it's either October or November of last year, so it's been quite a few months since we got our last real Direct. So this was definitely very much appreciated. Thank you, Nintendo. But anyway, let's get on to the actual discussion. Now, like I said in the beginning, quite a lot of information was covered here, but I'm just going to run through things that I primarily actually do care about. And one thing I definitely have to talk about is definitely Star Fox Zero. That's what they opened with. There were a lot of rumors swirling around these past couple of weeks, signaling that the game might be delayed because they were having some issues with the motion controls. But Nintendo, from the very beginning of that show, they went ahead and announced that Star Fox is definitely coming. It's almost completely ready. It's going to be released in April. That's next month. So very happy to see that come out. Now, I made an article about this before, like 2 weeks ago, saying how even if it was delayed, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, primarily because we have Twilight Princess HD, which is releasing today, March 4th, and then we have Pokken Tournament coming in a few weeks. So even if Star Fox wasn't able to make it, there still would have been two very major games coming out on Wii U, which was definitely going to help keep the momentum. But of course, more is always better, so it's good that they were able to have Star Fox here as well. So that'll give Wii U owners even more options, as well as potential Wii U owners even more options to pick up the console. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. And from the footage that they showed off, the game definitely looks good. I know a lot of people aren't too impressed with its graphical style. Me personally, I have to say yes, I think Nintendo could have done better. I know that the Wii U hardware can definitely do better than that. But at the same time, Star Fox has never really been much of an eye-gasm. I guess, yeah, it's never been a series known for having really amazing graphical capabilities, except for its first entry on the SNES, which used the Super FX chip to try and show off the console's power and really pushed it to its limits. Every game since that hasn't really been much of a graphics fest. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, Star Fox 64 was a pretty good looking N64 game. Star Fox Assault looked really good on GameCube, but here with Star Fox Zero, it's a little bit less than what you would expect from the Wii U, but I like it. It's a very fast-paced game. It has explosions everywhere, basically like any Michael Bay movie, so my main concern is definitely how well is it going to play, you know, with the motion controls. I mean, I've always been a fan of motion controls. I have no problem with them, but I know some people aren't too big of fans of that. But anyway, from the footage that we saw, I think it looks good. The graphical quality is acceptable as far as I'm concerned. All I really care about is how fun it's going to be. We haven't had a home console Star Fox in pretty much a decade, okay? So I'm just happy that they went ahead and made this game. It's not a 3DS game, it's a fully fledged home console Wii U title. That's what's the good thing about it. There's a lot of features, and I'll definitely be picking up later this year. They also announced that the formerly known Project Guard is actually going to be another Star Fox game, and it's even going to become bundled with Star Fox Zero. So that's pretty cool. I really don't care too much for it. It's basically a minigame. It's no different from Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, so I'm surprised that it's even getting a retail standalone release, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a little fun minigame. I may pick it up, who knows, but I think it looks pretty decent. But anyway, the next big thing to talk about would definitely be Paper Mario Color Splash. Now, I've never owned a Paper Mario game, but I have played a few. And I have to say, the series has never really been too big on me. I mean, I'm not an RPG fan like that. RPG hybrids I'm more into, like Zelda and Xenoblade. I like those. But fully fledged RPG titles like Paper Mario 64 and The Thousand Year Door, I never really got into, simply because of the fact that I'm just not that much into RPGs. But I know I've seen a lot of people comment on this and they're like, oh goodness, Sticker Star 2, and apparently Sticker Star is not a very good game in the series. I can't give, like I said, I can't give any comments on it because I don't have that much experience with it, and I know Paper Mario is a very big series, so I know Nintendo's releasing this to give the Wii U yet another potential system seller. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more of this very soon, and hopefully it can change people's opinions. I think it looks pretty cool for what it is. The next game I'm going to talk about is Kirby Planet Robobot. That looks like a typo. Seriously, every time I see it, I'm like, what? It's like Robobot, Robopot. It's just a really funny name. But I really like the Kirby games. I just picked up a Nintendo 3DS a couple months ago, so I am definitely very excited for this. I really want to play this game. I think it looks pretty cool. Kirby riding around in a mech suit. What? I got some serious Mega Man X8 vibes from this, because in that game you could also drive a mech suit, but this, being able to use the copy abilities while in the robots, that looks really cool. I really want to try this game out. A lot of stuff. Monster Hunter Generations, I was kind of excited for it when I saw it. I've played the demo on Wii U of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, but I've never really owned a Monster Hunter game. But seeing this, and now that I have a 3DS, I really am considering picking up Monster Hunter Generations. I think it looks pretty cool. The 3DS doesn't have that much action-packed, realistic games, so the Monster Hunter series has been a very big success, surprisingly, on it. So it's not a surprise to me that Capcom is trying to continue to push it as hard as they can. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, there are a lot of other games that were shown off here, but I don't have that much interest in them to actually talk about it. But I just want to talk about the Direct as itself. The Direct as a show, just to give my thoughts on how good of a Direct it was. Now, like I said, Nintendo spent a very long time being silent, giving, little details here and there. We had the investors briefing a couple weeks ago, but we haven't had any solid news from them in a very long time, so this was their first time really opening up for the year, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the show. It was a very good show. The pacing was very good. Each game that they featured never got too much screen time or too little screen time. It just flowed from beginning to end. I've watched Directs before where they would start off exciting and then would just kind of taper down as time went on. Then you'd see something and then you'd pick back up and it'd suddenly drop back down again. No, this Direct from beginning to end, it was very well paced. All the announcements that they made were pretty major to definitely get people's interest. So overall, I think this was a really good Direct. Definitely one of the better ones. I still can't say it's the best. My best Direct is still that January 2013 Direct, which was basically dubbed Wii U Strikes Back. That's what most fans call it, because that was the game that was the Direct that announced so much major games. I really wish we had something of that magnitude again, but who knows, that may not ever happen again. But that's still the best Direct in my opinion. But this one was definitely a close second. Like I said, they focused a lot on Wii U, a lot on 3DS. Definitely shows that Nintendo is continuing to push these systems. Yes, they have aged a bit. The 3DS is now 5 years old. It just turned 5 a couple days ago. The Wii U just turned 3 back in November. So yeah, these systems do have some age on them, but Nintendo is definitely pushing them throughout the rest of the year. But what this Direct really speaks to me is, I really wonder what we're going to see at E3. I know we're going to see the NX, okay? We all know that. But I really want to see what more announcements they're going to make for Wii U and 3DS at E3. Are there going to be any groundbreaking new announcements? Because they announced Kirby here, they announced Paper Mario here, as well as a lot of other games. So is there going to be any other big surprises for these systems at E3? I'm wondering how big of a presence is NX going to have. That's definitely going to be answered within the next 3 months, but I'm really interested to see how Nintendo is going to handle the situation. But anyway, overall, I think it was a really good Direct. Like I said, a lot of games were featured. Some of them really caught my interest, so I'll definitely be picking them up later on this year. But yeah, it was good. It's a good time to be a Nintendo fan, a good time to be a Wii U and 3DS owner. Great job, Nintendo. Hope to see more from you. Keep the momentum rolling. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the video here. Hope you have a great one. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and definitely leave a comment down below. Did you like Nintendo's latest Direct, and which announcement stood out to you the most? Like I said, go ahead, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. And until next time, once again, hope you have a great one, and I will catch you in the next one. This is AK, owner of eXtremeAzure Productions, signing off.